So it's 11 days from Halloween, and it is currently 86 degrees in Long Beach. And I've lived in Southern California for quite some time now. I can't even think of how long I've let's see, 12 years, I guess. And I don't understand why I'm still not used to this, to it being this warm this late into the year. I honestly don't think it's normally this warm this far into the year, but it's just getting ridiculous. When is fall gonna happen here? Actually, I guess it did technically last week. It did rain one day, so that must have been fall. Anyway, roll the thing. Hey guys, Sean here. So today I want to talk to you about dreams, but more specifically, superpowers in dreams. Since I read a lot of comic books and see a lot of comic book based movies and television shows and all that, play a lot of superpower based video games, then I tend to have superpowers on my mind pretty much 24/7, I guess. And this continues when I go to sleep because my brain continues thinking about superpowers. To the point that there's actually 3 superpowers that I tend to regularly dream that I have. So, as Rhett and Link would say, let's talk about that. Now, I'm not sure which order to go in here. Do I go in the order of superpower that I dream that I have the most often? Or do I go with the one that is special because of the only times that I dream that I have it? Well, let's go with the one that is least often first. And actually, the one that I dreamt that I had just not that long ago, which was kind of the genesis of this video idea. And by not that long ago, I mean like an hour ago. And of the 3, it's the most bizarre. So that is the ability to slide. Now, what exactly does that mean? Every now and then in a dream, I'll want to travel somewhere, but I want to get there at a relatively quick pace. I don't want to have to be at walking speed in my dream. So what I do is I stick my right leg out in front, and then I just think about it, and I just start to like slide. Using, I don't know what force, I don't know how it happens, but I will just start to essentially slide forward just with my right leg out, kind of in a crouch position. And then if I crouch closer to the ground, I'll start to get faster at it. It's really weird. It's not even a superpower that any known superhero has that, well, any known by me superhero has. I mean, the closest is Iceman, but he makes actual slides out of ice and then slides on them. And yeah, that's not what's actually happening in my dreams when I do that. It's a really weird sensation, and it feels like something I can just do in my dreams when I do it. But I guess that's kind of the point of dreams, is that when you do things in dreams, you just feel like you can do them. Case in point, in the dream that I was just having nigh under an hour ago, I was in a Target and I was trying to get around. And I kept slamming into things because I started going too fast, which was weird. My dreams are really weird. Well, come to think of it, I think in City of Heroes there was a sliding travel power. So maybe that's where my mind got it. But it wasn't that same thing where you'd stick your foot out. It was more like surfing, but on a non-existent surfboard or skateboard. I wish I could just log into City of Heroes and check out the animation of that, but since that game doesn't exist anymore, rest in peace. Probably my favorite game ever in the history of the world. Anyway, let's move on to the second one. Now, this one is special in that it's not something I ever dream that I have, until I realize that I'm dreaming. So I don't know if you ever have a moment in certain dreams where you instantly are like, hey, this is a dream. This isn't actually happening. And every time that happens when I'm in a dream, I instantly try and fly. And I'd say 7 out of 10 times it works. But for some reason, that's the only time I can fly in dreams, is when I'm like, hey, I'm dreaming. Then I can fly. And sometimes I'm in a building, so I can't really fly very high. Well, no, wait, that's not exactly true, because there have been times where I didn't know I was dreaming, but I would like try and fly by jumping and then concentrating and then holding in the air for like 10 seconds, which is weird. But yeah, that's something that happens every now and then. I'll have that dream, but I can't actually control it. I can just kind of hover over the ground for like 10 seconds. Dreams are weird. I think that's gonna be the point of this video. Probably not the title. What will the title be? Superpowered dreams are weird, something along those lines. So let's move on to the third one. The third one is the one that I dream that I have the most, probably twice a week. I will have a dream where I have this superpower, and that is telekinesis. Now, what exactly is telekinesis? Well, it's the ability to move things with your mind. I cannot tell you how often I dream that I can just look at an object and focus on it and pull it to my hand. Very much like the Force in Star Wars. Now, it's never anything substantial, like, say, an X-Wing in Star Wars, or, like, I can't think of anything Jean Grey did in the X-Men movie. Well, let's see. Holding the Blackbird with one hand while holding back a tidal wave with the other hand, like in X-Men 2. No, it's never anything like that. It's usually like, oh, hey, there's a pencil over there that I need, and I will force pull it to my hand with ease. And it just seems so natural every time it happens in a dream. It's so bizarre. It's always just like, yeah, it's something I can do. It's no big deal. I don't know if it's just like some sort of shorthand thing that my brain is doing to get to the point of the dream or what have you, but it's seriously like twice a week I have a dream where I can pull objects to my hand. But that's the other thing. It's always just pulling objects to my hand. It's like I can't lift objects using my mind. I can only just pull objects to my grasp using my mind. So it's not even full telekinesis, which is bizarre. Anyway, dreams are weird. Did I say that earlier? But yeah, they still are at this point in the video, if I said it earlier in the video. One other bonus thing about dreams that I will tell you is this weird thing that's been happening to me for, I'd say, about a year now. And that is, sometimes when I wake up in the morning, if I'm dreaming when I wake up, I will still continue to dream, even though I am fully awake. Now, I say that to like doctors and stuff, and they're like, well, no, you're not actually awake, you just think that you're awake within the dream. And I'm like, no, I am... I can't believe that that's still a thing after all these videos I've made, and that is still happening. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah. So I will wake up and I will still be dreaming, and I can look around my room. I can see everything in my room. I know that I am awake, but like here in my brain, like here, oh, look at how that messes up the green screen. Like in this area of my brain, it's still dreaming. I can see the dream in my mind still going on. And it is easily the most disorienting thing that can happen to me. And literally, I just have to lie there and wait for it to end, because it is so disorienting that I can't, like if I got up, I would probably fall down, because I'm so disoriented by what is happening because my brain is doing too much at that moment. It's concentrating on real world stuff, on being awake, on normal, like taking in sights and sounds and all of that, and then also concentrating on this dream that is happening at the same time. And it's just too much. Eventually the dream will stop and it'll just kind of fade away, and then I'm fine. I'd kind of like to go to a sleep clinic and get, the things all dioded up on my head or whatever, so they could track brainwave activities and see what is happening when that happens, but it doesn't happen all the time, so it's not something that would be easy to track, because I'd have to go to the sleep clinic like every day for like weeks. Although it has been happening a lot more recently, so I don't know. I'm afraid of sleep clinics because every single person that walks into a sleep clinic walks out with a machine they have to wear over their face for the rest of their life while they're sleeping, and that does not sound appealing to me at all. Anyway, let me know in the comments down below if you have any sort of recurring superpowers that you have in your dreams, or even if you remember your dreams. There's people that don't even remember that they dreamed, which I always find bizarre. Oh, speaking of that does remind me of a condition that I just learned about recently that is probably one of the most bizarre conditions I've ever heard of, and that is aphantasia, which is, there are some people in this world that when they think, they can't think in pictures, which is, like, for the rest of the world, is just incredibly difficult to imagine. Like, say I say the word apple, and in your mind you just instantly picture an apple, but for these people, they don't do that because they don't make pictures in their mind. It's so incredibly difficult to explain how their mind works. It's a really fascinating thing, and I think I'll link to a video down below of a guy who's talking about it, because it's just, wow, it's something you never imagine someone would have. It's a condition that you just don't think is possible. Like, how could you not see things as pictures in your mind? How do you process the world and memories and all of that if you don't see things in your mind? It's truly fascinating. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, so let me know in the comments down below if there's any superpowers that you constantly dream about, or if you have that strange thing I was talking about where you'll wake up while you're dreaming and you'll be awake and still dreaming. I'd like to know if there's anyone else out there who has that bizarre thing, and if you've found any sort of way around it. It'd be nice to know. And you know what? If you have Aphantasia? If you have that, let me know too. I'd be interested to chat with you about it, because it's a truly fascinating thing to me. And yeah, I think that's a good call out for comments. Yeah. So while you're down there, if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button, and if you'd like to see more of the crazy crap that goes on around here, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And if you'd like to help support the crazy crap that goes on around here, go ahead and hit up my Patreon. And with that, have a good however long it is until you watch my next video.